I hesitate to comment on this situation because I don't live that far away from where this happened. And I hope nobody is going to want to see me in the street and start something over what I'm about to say.
Where them chicks at? Where them hands? Where them hoes? Where them throws? You know what I'm saying?
Forgive me if this comes off as humble bragging, but what I'm about to show, this news clip, this is an example of why I feel like what I'm putting together is a great thing for people to learn, a great thing for people to use. Even police officers could benefit from my style. Because it takes a lot to try to wrestle somebody down on the ground and put them in handcuffs when they don't want to go. And see, I feel like a lot of police officers don't get enough training. I don't think they get enough empty hand training. So they're going to resort to striking, if not tasing, if not even shooting somebody, if they feel like that's what they got to do to get the person to comply. Now, like I said, I have reservations about this video because these days, there's so much racial tension and there's so much, animosity around a police situation. If you don't come down 100% on the side of the police officers, somebody's going to have a problem with you. If you don't come out 100% against the police officers, somebody's going to have a problem with you. You can't see it how I like to tend to see things a lot of times and be like, cop was wrong, civilian was wrong too. This is what I'm talking about. This is a situation where it was a 13-year-old boy in Baltimore who was mentally challenged, and apparently he ran into the wrong police officer.
The next one picks up with the altercation between Deontay and a police officer already in progress. The boy's mom, Kimberly, is the woman in the gray shirt.
He told them to get on the ground. I said, no, they're not getting on the ground. She 11, he 13, they're not getting on the ground. So I told them, come on.
So she told the officer, come on, because she didn't want the officer to put her children on the ground. I wouldn't want the officer to put my children on the ground either. And I know I'm going to be called all kinds of names by some people. But if the police officer is telling the children to get on the ground, the children are supposed to get on the ground. And when you do that, especially if you're a woman and you do something like that, see, this is the thing. The police may not end up taking it out on her because she's a female. They're going to end up taking it out on, most likely, whatever male around there they can get away with putting their hands on. And that's what I think happened to that 13-year-old boy who had mental issues.
So as I told him, come on, he grabbed my son out, like close-armed him, hit him down, twisted his arm, trying to put the handcuffs on him. Then he started close-fisting my son.
The video shows a lot of chaos, including Kimberly's 11-year-old daughter trying to intervene and others telling her to back up.
What's he punching him for? Because he just tried to squeeze my testicles.
The boy tried to grab the officer's testicles, and the officer hit him. The officer said that's why he hit him, because the boy was trying to grab his testicles. Should the officer have done that? No. The officer should not have struck the child. But if you do not train the officers to not strike people when they're trying to grab you in the testicles, or if you don't train them in some kind of philosophy or way, like you would do if someone were a student of mine, to try to tell them there's a time and a place for using violence, don't strike people if you don't have to. If you're not drilling that into their head, they're going to respond like most people will respond. And that's the thing. A lot of people, if you try to grab them in their private parts, they're going to hit you, or they're going to do something to you. They might try to grab you back in your private parts. So he shouldn't have hit him. The boy shouldn't have grabbed him in the private part. Then again, if somebody's grabbing you and you don't want to go, people bite, people scratch, people try to kick and grab and stuff like that.
Deontay kicks and tries to get away as the officer walks him in handcuffs to a police car.
Yep, he punched him.
He's only like 11. He's no older than 12.
Yo, I'm about to send this kid to the hospital.
Well,
You're right, H.
who's his lieutenant?
Face, if I see him again, I'm gonna beat up.
All right.
This is video shot by another neighbor after Deontay is in the squad car.
If I
Kimberly says Deontay has a mental disability and that a separate officer eventually called an ambulance.
I still can feel it, a little knot, and I got a black eye.
And so police issued a statement about this case late this afternoon. It says this was clearly a very hectic and chaotic scene that the officers were dispatched to. We take these matters very seriously, and Commissioner Tuggle has demonstrated his commitment to transparency and accountability. This case is being reviewed by the Office of Professional Responsibility as we speak, and that would include the video clips taken by civilians and posted to social media, as well as the police officers' body-worn cameras that we hope provide a more conclusive version of events from start to finish. Reporting live in the newsroom tonight, Kai Reed, WBAL TV 11 News.
Kai, thank
You got to learn how to deal with punch, kick, throw, pin, and now I also say pressure point stuff too, so that if something comes at you that you don't normally deal with, you can shut it down. You know, if the cop was just Mr. Punchy, 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 you know, then if somebody tries to grab him, he might try to hit him. If the cop is Mr. Grabby, 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 then if he's trying to put a move on somebody, he's not expecting to be hit. He doesn't practice that. See, that's why a lot of people swear by stuff like jiu-jitsu, because old school jiu-jitsu dealt with punches, dealt with kicks, throws, pins, things standing up, things on the ground. Old school jiu-jitsu does that. But really, any truly well-rounded martial arts teacher, martial arts club, they're going to have their thing that they do. They're going to have their favorite thing. Like my favorite thing for my students is punching and kicking, not just kicking. I say Taekwondo, way of hand and foot. That's our favorite thing. That's what they're going to be better at. Okay? But they also have exposure to some throws and some pins and a little bit of boxing. So they can have some give and avoided stuff in their body. So that's why, you know, cross-training is important. And I also really think that we really need to get the police officers to train in martial arts as much as possible. I truly believe that if they had more martial arts training, I would say for them, since they got to be up close and on people to make arrests, grappling should be their primary, but they should also have some strikers come at them every once in a while so that they can practice that's how to get around the strike to take the person on the ground, and then they can apply their jiu-jitsu things. They can apply their locks, and they can also apply their Kyusho jitsu. All right, so thanks for watching this video. Like, comment, and subscribe. Please share this with people that talk about the martial arts. That was just a bad situation all the way around. Look, I'm going to say this. You're supposed to listen to the police. They have authority. And that's why we should get mad if they abuse their power, if they abuse their authority, because they're supposed to be people we can trust. It's got to be a two-way street. We got to listen to them if they tell us to do something, no matter how inconvenient and whether we like it or not. And then in turn, they can't abuse that trust and compliance that we give them as a society. Peace.